It's time we talk about Kevin Durant and the truth about him. Hey guys, my name's Emmanuel Camilla, and before I jump into this video, I just want to ask you guys, leave a like underneath this video. It helps me out a lot in the algorithm, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and give your brother the HBO special to help a brother out. I don't like long intros, so let's jump into this Kevin Durant story. Kevin Durant should no longer be considered in the same breath or in the same comparisons with the likes of Stephen Curry or LeBron James, because to do so is to actually disrespect those two guys. Because in the last two seasons, Kevin Durant has been exposed for what he truly is, and that is a great player. Kevin Durant's a tremendous talent, a great player, but he is not the same kind of caliber of a player as LeBron James or Stephen Curry. The caliber of player in which is extremely talented, extremely gifted, able to lead teams, able to burden the pressure that comes with being the leader of a team. Kevin Durant doesn't possess those traits. And in fact, Kevin Durant's career can really be summed up into three phases. And that is pre-Stephen Curry, Stephen Curry, and post-Stephen Curry. Now, if your legacy as a player or anybody in any profession is predicated or centered around another person or another player, in this case for Kevin Durant, it's not a good look. It's, I think, safe to say you're not making the top 10 list of all time. So that is telling of Kevin Durant. Prior to Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors in 2016, KD really had nothing to show for besides his MVP in 2014, a few scoring titles, and a loss to LeBron James in the 2012 NBA Finals. Him, Russell Westbrook, and the OKC Thunder never could get the job done. They just didn't have it in them. They were good multiple years in the Western Conference, and they came so close, but they could never get it done. They would lose to the Golden State Warriors or the Spurs or LeBron in the finals. It just was never good enough. Kevin was just not good enough to lead them over the hump. So after finally getting beat by the Golden State Warriors in 2016, as you all know, Kevin Durant decided to join Stephen Curry in the summer of 2016. And after he did that, well, you guys know the rest of the story. Kevin Durant went on to win 2 NBA titles, 2 NBA finals, but something just didn't sit right with him. Here he was at the end of June, 2 years in a row, holding MVP in one hand and the NBA championship in one hand, and it just didn't feel right to him. Here he was, the guy that delivered a championship to the Golden State Warriors after they went and recruited him. But Stephen Curry was getting all the adulation and praise. And the straw that broke the camel's back for Kevin Durant, that made him want to start somewhere new, was that not only was he not getting adulation from the fans, but in the back of the Golden State Warriors' mind, their players, they didn't really respect him. Evident by how Draymond Green would just talk to him on a bench. He called him the B word, and it dawned on Kevin Durant that he needed to go somewhere else. In order to get the respect, to fill the hole that he felt, he needed to go prove he could actually win this outside of Stephen Curry, outside of the Golden State Warriors system. And so Kevin Durant embarked, recruited Kyrie Irving, and created a super team in Brooklyn. But like his time with Russell Westbrook in OKC, he just couldn't get the job done. He could not deliver a championship to the Brooklyn Nets within 4 years. And I know, asking for a championship within 4 years is a lot to ask, but guess what? That's the kind of standard that LeBron James has been held up to for the majority of his career. Stephen Curry has been held to that standard ever since he arrived to be the Stephen Curry that we know today. They had the same expectations for the Clippers in 2019 when Kawhi joined. So expecting a championship, this is the territory that comes with it, right? And furthermore, LeBron James was able to win a championship with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, who for those 4 years was still very elite, and he's still very elite. But because Kevin Durant just isn't the kind of player that LeBron James or Stephen Curry are, in which they can lead other great players. They can get other men of value to follow them. Because he lacks that skill, he wasn't able to keep the Brooklyn Nets together. He wasn't able to garner them, make them follow him, to lead them to the promised land. And at one point, he even got James Harden to come play with him for a second time for 6 months. And he couldn't keep James Harden and the team together. LeBron James dealt with Kyrie Irving. I know Kyrie Irving can be a handful to deal with. The guy's all over the place. He's erratic. But he was also erratic in Cleveland. LeBron James kept him all together.